Alright, let me just grab my phone charger. Oh, where's the outlet? There it is. Alright, I'm going to leave my phone charging. For now, we're just going to warm up without the aid of metronome, which I normally don't like doing, but here we are. Also, let me just perfectly center this on screen, because I'm a perfectionist at heart. Beautiful. Alright, let me just make sure the stream is in good health. I'm going to have my control over this on the right. Nice, there's not much delay, that's good. Alright, so yeah, I'll be able to read chat occasionally. Sweet. So, actually, I just realized this is not centered, so actually what I need to do is move this thing over as such. There we go. And that should be better. Yep, now I should get this thing out of the way. It's even in here. Oh, jeez. Alright. Gonna warm up with just the standard sequence we play, so let's start with that. maybe more confident in that. Oh, stay up. Well, watch that. Playing rhythms all the way until that last note. Gotta remember that. I think it's angled incorrectly. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Scrapes are hard, man. Gotta love weird round patterns. Alright. I was actually overall pretty happy with that rep. I heard little inconsistencies in the taps. Yeah, the real thing there that's getting me is that I can't really play any of those safe. I have to like... I used to do that. That kind of thing. Like, no matter what it is. You gotta separate what is supposed to be up and down. And, you know. Oh, hey, Steven, were you the one that was in Davis's stream the other day? Yeah, how are you doing? It's awesome to see you. Yeah, awesome to see you. Yeah, I'm just practicing some of the material for Civitas Independent, for their tenor line, or us, whatever. I'm still used to saying that. Anyways, I'm going to practice the accent tap exercise. It's kind of cool, actually. It's called Digging It, and it alternates between 5/4 and 4/4, which creates some interesting kind of things in the whole battery. And the tenors have some cool moments, so yeah. We also, each section has a feature, so, you know, because why not? That part's hard. Yeah, very hard stuff, but the goal is to play good, and then it looks cool in the lap and stuff like that. All right, here we go. Those threes are tricky. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did actually get featured on EMC Productions a few times. I think my comments have been seen pretty often. I actually did an arrangement for him for my writing business, which I no longer do on Fiverr because I didn't really like the, I don't know, I didn't really like the usual work I was doing on there, and I kind of wanted to get into a little bit more, just kind of my own networking instead of just using an online site. So, plus then I get like full profit of what I actually do. So. But yeah, I started doing my own stuff. But yeah, he kind of kicked off my writing career because someone actually found me through that video and then requested that I actually do their entire ensemble. And then next thing you know, I started doing more ensembles, and here I am doing like multiple clients a year. So yeah, but thank you for coming along with me in the practice session. I love you being here. It was really cool to see you last night. So all right, here's Digging It with hopefully good threes. There we go, let's get that. What am I doing? Oh. Not good. 4, 5. Yeah, that was a little bit of a rough go at it there. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I'm currently studying computer science in college, but if I wasn't doing that, I would definitely be doing music. But you know, I absolutely love coding, and I absolutely love just the idea of, I love AI, I love data science. I just love everything about computers and how they work and how we can make things that, I don't know. I absolutely love it. So there's my moneymaker, but I'm always pursuing music as well. But yeah, if I wasn't doing that, I would be full-time music. Yeah, no, that's really good to hear. But yeah, I'm trying to essentially self-teach composing and arranging, and I feel like I'm getting better at it just by figuring out what works and what doesn't. You know, just try things, hear what works, hear what doesn't. All right, we're gonna try that again. I messed up the. That was very unclear. That was better. Yeah, that's the kind of sound I want. You need to have that clarity there if you're doing a lot of notes at a low height. Gotta have that clarity there. What I like to think of it as is, would someone 50 feet away be able to tell what you're playing? Like every little note has to be heard. But yeah, that applies to a lot of things. It applies to how you present yourself visually. Because, I mean, you can see if a line's doing this versus like, you know, just presenting themselves in a better way. Instead of just dropping everything in there, you know, just being able to control every little movement is key. Yeah, no, see that's nice, and I feel like it's fun as well because self-teaching how to write music, is a really nice process, because I feel like what you learn on your own kind of sticks better, because you can go into class and they can tell you, oh yeah, you shouldn't really use this thing, or like it's a bad idea to do these kind of intervals at like a lower position in the ensemble. Or I mean, you could just figure that out. You could literally just write stuff and say, oh, that sounds a little weird. Shift some notes. And you're like, oh, okay. So if I do like the third and like in a lower voice, it doesn't sound good. And you have a clear example of that, you know. And I feel like what you learn kind of directly applies a bit more, because you yourself figured it out. So I don't know. But then again, you can also lose a lot of you know, professional help in that way. So there's definitely two sides. All right, digging it. Let's get it. That's all right. 3, 4, 2. That's hard. And that's on the so da-da-da, shot. So that's really freaking weird. Yeah, that's a fun one though. I love playing that. All right, let's get one more rep on that, and I'm gonna loosen up the hands with some flow patterns. Those little notes. Come on. Better. Gotta watch those zones though. Yeah, that's tricky. Oh, we're work for choir and percussion. That's really cool, actually. Yeah, I'd actually love to see like choir along with. I actually have seen a little bit of choir and percussion because my girlfriend is in the women's choir at UNC Charlotte, and they actually occasionally do a lot of pieces where a lot of them will have hand percussion alongside of it, and I feel like it creates like an atmosphere, you know. So I'm really excited to see actually like because I don't think there's ever been, at least an arrangement that I know of, that's like written for choir and like a full like percussion. So I think that would actually be really cool to see. Oh man, I love this instrument right here. That's a hard one. Getting better at that. Oh man. All right. Really? Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Well, that was a big. Yeah. Our quad guy does not like these shots. He wants the high pitched ones, which is hard to demonstrate on a pad, but. I've always played them like where like if playing position is here, the shots are also there, but they want it even farther back. It's like as close to the rim as possible. That was new. All right, there's some digging it. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna run through the flow patterns really quick, which is just patterns across the drums that we do. We throw them on exercises and stuff. Alright, hands are relaxed. Hands are nice and warm. Alright, I'm going to do some roll stuff. Alright, first I'm going to run through the sequence that we've been doing, which is we play it all on drum 1 with buzzes. Then we play it on flow pattern 1. We do it on flow pattern 1. Then we do it with some special dynamics. Oh, wait, with pattern 2. I messed that up, but whatever. And then we do it on Spock. Alright, let's try this out. So the obvious goal for tenors is that no matter what the round is, it just sounds like the exact same as it would be on one drum. So I could be doing all this crazy stuff. It should exactly just still be triplets, which in that case it was not. So I need to. But it's kind of hard to come up with rounds on the spot and play it correctly. But I should be able to do that. All right, let's run through the sequence, starting with drum 1 buzzes. I'm going to take it a little bit slow. I'm kind of pushing it right now. Let's push it up to a 9. Let's take it out here. What happened to my feet? I just drifted. The point of feet is to give the tempo, and right now I'm not doing that. I mean, I did for the others, but for some reason on the squawk, I think I was just paying so much attention to this that I wasn't actually doing the sole purpose of marking time. There we go. And on the left foot. Not just do this. Don't mark time just to mark time. Mark time so you actually get tempo. Yes, actually. So my first, let me grab my sticks really quick. Oh, shoot, I left my sticks. Okay. Whatever, I can use standard sticks. Yeah, my first instrument was actually snare drum. Okay, well, actually, let me start with I mean, I always played drum set as a kid. And when I did concert band, I did snare drum. And then I kind of moved on into doing all percussion in concert. But yeah, I started with snare drum. But in terms of actually marching things, so when I first went to public school in my junior year of high school, there was an extra vibraphone spot open, so I took that because they basically had me just quickly audition by just demonstrating that I knew how to play mallets. And then from there, they had me playing vibraphone, and that was fun. But yeah, there was no marching drum line at my high school because it was a very small one. So there just wasn't enough people to reasonably do a marching drum line and have sound work out because it was like a 30-member wind section. You can't do a drum line with 30 winds and have it work well with the show that they were designing. So for pep band, I did bass drum because that was the only thing open. So here I was playing bass drum with horrible techniques because no one taught me. And then I started doing actual practice on my own. I went to some auditions for indoor percussion for snare drum, and I got absolutely murdered. It was really bad because my technique was like this. It was really bad. And I remember I got chewed out. I did not make a single group. I didn't make any callbacks. So then for indoor, I marched synthesizer. And while I marched synthesizer, I was asking for technique technique advice from the snare drummers. And yeah, I got much better at snare technique. Then I marched snare at UNC Charlotte. Then I actually marched snare with a local indoor group. And then next thing you know, there was a tenor spot, or like the tenor line was about to be like empty for my sophomore year at UNC Charlotte. So then me and one of the other snare drummers were like, hey, let's fill up the tenor line. Because there was only one returning tenor vet, so he was going to be the section leader. And then we learned under him, and we were a 3-man tenor line. And we got pretty good. We were actually pretty clean because we already knew how to play with each other. We just had to learn the tenor technique. And the other guy, the snare player, he didn't like tenor, so he went back to snare. But I love tenor, so I stayed with it. Next thing you know, I did one last audition camp for drum corps on snare. Made callbacks, but I didn't go because I couldn't afford it. But then I kind of just realized in that moment, I was like, you know, I actually like tenors more. And also, it's easier to get a tenor spot. So here I am, marching tenors. But yeah, because I realized, like, at Charlotte, I didn't want to go back to snare. I was like, I love tenors. Like, this is fun. So, you know, I stuck with it, and here I am. I love tenors. I wouldn't change back to snare now. Even though I do like playing snare, but this is my favorite instrument now. So I absolutely love marching quads. I love just the idea of going around the drums. I love how it feels. It's just, it's the fun one. It's so fun. Doing stuff like this. But yeah, just doing stuff like that is just so much more fun to me than playing on a single drum. And sometimes we'll mess around and switch instruments in the stands, and I always find myself just being like, man, this is one drum, this is nothing, and then I come back to here and I'm like, yeah, I'm having a fun time. So yeah, I absolutely love tenors. I wouldn't change it for the world. Sweet. Let's do some rolls with the flow pattern. So I'm going to just run through 1 through 5. So flow pattern 1, flow pattern 2, and then 3, 4, wait, and then 5, yeah, like 4 messes me up the most for some reason. So, all right, let's run through it. I'm just gonna play it at a comfortable height. It doesn't matter what the height is right now. I just want to get the movement from side to side nailed. That's pattern 2. Watch those left diddles. Watch that ending. I think that's how it ends. Let me try that one again. Yeah, it does end it. Okay, so I did it right. Sweet. Yeah, that's much better. I need to watch that. They gotta completely change something for the ending there. Yeah, sweet. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that pattern is really, really tricky. Yeah, traditional grip is honestly, I could go on a big rant about traditional grip, honestly. I don't have any snare sticks with me. That's not good. I guess I left all my snare sticks. Whatever, I'll just demonstrate with these. But these Paul Rennick tenor sticks, I guess they're closer to snare sticks than these. So yeah, the thing about traditional grip, I'm not a big fan of it. I love playing with it. It feels cool. Yeah, back sticks are certainly cool and like doing stuff like this, you know. You like lose some of that kind of cool stuff that you can do like this and all that. You know, you can do some crazy stuff without dropping the stick, ideally. But other than that, I mean, the only purpose it serves is just playing on a tilted surface. So I do actually have times where I will play traditional grip. In symphonic band, I play traditional grip for a piece with a field drum because I feel like it properly like implemented the, you know, kind of the feel of the piece. But there's really nothing that you can do with traditional that you can't accomplish with match grip other than visual things. You know. Like you can't play that fast with traditional. Like I can at least. I mean, some people can, but you know, I mean, it's just with matched grip, you instantly have even hands. You know, everything is matched. That's the point. You know, everything is the same between both hands. It's the most natural approach to drumming. It most efficiently utilizes the muscle groups in the hand. So it's just, I don't find a point to traditional grip other than visual, you know? Like, there's no reason why you should play traditional grip other than, you know, trying to march a group that does traditional grip or, you know, playing on a tilted surface. Now, that being said, I do plan on actually running a group with my girlfriend after we finish college and after we build up some money. I want to start a group, and I do want to tilt the drums and march traditional because, you know, traditional is just part of the activity. And if you're going to do it, I think you should do it on tilted surface. And I feel like that justifies it. Because then it really makes sense. Because the grip was designed for a tilted surface, you know. Groups like Pulse, POW, Chino Hills. There's a lot of indoor groups that are starting to pull out the tilt, you know. And I love the tilt. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels to play. Everything about it just makes sense to me, so. But if I'm teaching a high school, I always teach match grip unless the players are willing to learn traditional grip and want to pursue things like drum corps, WGI. If they want to pursue those activities, then I will teach them traditional grip and I'll have them march with it. But other than that, match grip all the way. It makes sense. It's like easy. You know? I mean, right now I suck, but you know. That was bad. But you know, like I can't play that crap with traditional. Yeah. No, yeah, I also play a wide variety of percussion instruments. I do know how to do both of the mallet grips for mallet. I don't have the chops of it, but I know the technique. But yeah, I do actually teach front ensemble as well. Yeah, but I think it's important to understand the touches for different instruments. Like if I was playing this instrument like I would a drum set, it'd probably be like. Instead of. You know? If I was playing like I would play drum set, it'd be all on the finger. But then, you know, here. The goal is to project as much sound as possible, as far as possible. So it's important to understand the different touches, you know, using lighter sticks for concert and having it be in the wrist and fingers, you know, and just being light and delicate versus being loud and heavy. Like if I played that on a concert drum, I would like ruin the thing in a week, you know, like on my concert drum, like that's how I play my eighth notes, and then here. It's just completely different sounds and different applications. So yeah, I think it's important to understand those differences. So I think it's good to have a healthy understanding of how to play in the marching world and the concert world, and drum set and everything like that. You know, and even in drum set, there's different feels from rock to jazz to funk. You play completely different ways. In rock, it's more lay into it, and then in jazz, it's kind of more like pull the nice touchy sound out of it. You know. But yeah, there's just so much to percussion, and that's what I love about it, is there's just so much variety in such a seemingly small, but then also big, you know, world. So. All right, pattern 5. Whoa. I love that one. It releases on spot, which is so cool. Also, that's one thing I like to do, is if we're doing flow pattern stuff, I memorize just how the release is. So then if I'm practicing at home, I can tell if I did it right, just based on the release. I don't have to do any like crazy calculation during the thing, because you shouldn't have to. You should just be able to put it on kind of autopilot, because the goal is to do whatever here. Could be anything at all, and focus on what you're actually playing. So, you know, it's nice to be able to just say, okay, it releases with 3 notes on 3. So then if I hear this, if I release with 1 note on 3, I know I messed it up and I try it again. So that's another useful trick if you're doing a round pattern. Also, come up with patterns that are not groups of 3. You can do that all day long. Try this. Do something crazy, you know? Or like... Or something like this. Something weird. Yeah, I don't know, weird stuff. Tenors are weird, and by doing weird stuff, you get better at playing normal stuff. Because if you're doing show beats and you have a pattern like this, you're going to be much better at it by being able to just move around the drums with these flow patterns, you know? Just by being able to, like, just play anything with any round pattern. That was complete trash, but if it was good, then it was good. I don't know. That made no sense. Whatever. I'm done. Oh yeah. There's just so much to percussion. It never ends. Like you can always find something new. There's literally always something new. Even if you're like the top in the world, there's always something new you can practice, and that's the great part about percussion. Okay, Let me do some trips and dubs. That's our exercise called trips and dubs. It is transitioning between different metrics with rolls and inner beats and stuff and stickings and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Whoa. Accented that left. And letting the rounds dictate the volume, the rhythm, whatever. Triplets. Don't let the rounds change that. If it's all to 3, and is that a 3? Don't do this. You know, don't make it bigger because it's bigger. If that, I don't know. Literally, play everything at a 3. Oh man. Oh, I think my loan went through. Let me check. It said good news, so I'm assuming that the loan went through. All right, let's practice that a little bit more. That's crushed. Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, trips and dubs. It's fun. Now let's look at paradiddles. I tend to do this. That should be. Got to keep those inner beats down, even if you're doing this. Keep it all down. Sweet. That's not it. for work on there. Slow it down. Watch those room ticks happening here. Oh man, I'm killing my hands. Oh, how long have we been going for? Almost an hour. Sweet. Yeah, I wish I could yeah, I don't know. Right now I'm kind of just practicing getting things in my hands. I do want to practice with metronome, but unfortunately I have my computer streaming and my phone with the stream maintenance. So, yeah, but I am going to do metronome practice later on today. So that way I can also practice with the metronome. So it's not like I don't practice with met. All right. Oh yeah, no, I'm a part of that group. I'm on the quad line, so yeah, I'm practicing so I can get better. Yeah, no, the only reason I'd be practicing it if I wasn't, the only reason I'd be practicing that material if I wasn't in the group is if I was either auditioning or just having fun with it. But yeah, no, I am on that quad line, so I'm working on the material. Yeah, no, I love being in the quad line there. All right, let's do some show beats. Ooh. All right, let's try it. Let's skip the rests. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I love this music. Ooh. Yeah, we have that visual in there. It's kind of cool. It's an SCV thing. It's because our center marched Vanguard Cadets. He didn't march SCV and then march Cadets. He marched the open class, the Vanguard Cadets. But yeah, so he played very like this and stuff, you know. And he plays like all wrist based. He like doesn't use any arm. So I'm having to learn that because I came in playing like this. But they want everything stroked out. They don't like this. Like double strokes. They do not like that. Yeah, so we currently we have not have the show revealed. It was going to be revealed to us before the break, but unfortunately some people were not able to be there because of either COVID or auditions for cores and stuff. So they didn't reveal the show to us, but we do know that there is an element of time passing in the show. That's about it. But when the show gets released, when the actual show concept gets released, I'm not going to disclose it until they release it to the public. So there's your hint, but I mean it doesn't really tell you much because they said it's not a time show. So. It's funny, we know the show is not a time show, we know it's not a snow shoveling show, and we also know it's not a basketball show. That's the only information we know, and each one of those is from like some really weird comments that visual staff gave us. They're like, yeah, don't do this, it's not a snow shoveling show. And we're like, oh, it's not, okay, we know what it's not. So that's fine. Because I think some people are like dipping in and stuff on the visuals. He's like, don't dip in like a snow shovel, because that's not what the show's about. Or something like that. It is dumb. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be freaking sick. I'm excited for that. Sweet. Well, we've been going for about an hour. I'm probably gonna finish up with. Oh, let's do some Febreze. I guess I'll see. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's the only exercise that we do sticks in for. But the snares added sticks in after like rolls. Maybe 16 on 2. So I think we might have that in. I don't know. I might ask about it. Because I think it'd be cool to like. I think that'd be really cool. Just like on the very last rep, just like, you know, all right, last rep, and we're like. Just to see everyone across the line do that. That'd be freaking sick. All right. Let's finish out with some with the sequence one more time. Oh yeah, concert percussion. I've seen that. One of the high schools in our area does a concert program. They're actually world class. They're being taught by some amazing people. But yeah, no, it's cool to see actually what people are coming up with in the concert world. You know. So yeah, I love all aspects of whatever people are doing indoor percussion wise. You know. All right, I'm gonna finish out with the same opening sequence I did to warm up, which is our sequence of 3 exercises. One's a buzz hack thing. Not a hack thing, but it's just a buzz sequence. It's just like a sequence of buzz strokes. Like some different accents. And then we go into double strokes. With like some alternation of stickings. And then we play it on a hand. So I'm going to just finish out with that sequence. I'm going to finish out just by doing just the 1 8 on the hand variation, and then I'm going to just do a really slow one and stroke out. And then we're going to call it a day because my hands are dying, and I feel like this session has been pretty productive. So. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for hanging out for this drumming stream, especially you, Steven. It was awesome to see you. Thank you very much for the good discussion points and also the love and support of percussion. Oh, yeah, my first season was 2020. I watched Revelation. That was when I did Synthesizer. It was actually a really cool show, and I was really upset to not be able to finish it out in Dayton, Ohio. But here I am now, and now I'm actually going to get to perform in Dayton for the first time, which is going to be awesome. So, well, hopefully, because Dayton is finals, but I mean, Civitas is probably making finals. I hope. I mean, I'm going to make it happen, at least on my end. I'm going to not be the weak link. I'm going to work as hard as possible to make that happen. So, yeah. But it starts with these, right? Just 1 hour, simple session. I'm going to do some more tonight. probably off camera so I can just focus on using metronome and just dig into just doing multiple things, trying to get it perfect. So yeah, but thank you all so much for being here. I think this is very productive, and it's really nice to be able to document this so I can look back, see my progress, go back through, check some reps, things like that. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next live stream.